Hello everyone, this is Pooka and welcome to another game I played on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. This time we're going to be using the new Plasma deck, which has the awesome new Team Plasma cards, Deoxys EX, Thundurus EX, play Kyurem as well, and I also play one Snorlax, which I am starting with here, up against a player named umadthurman, who actually apparently has perfected the art of playing against me online, because he got paired against me 6 straight times, and this is one of those games. This happened live on stream, so everyone that was watching was like, oh my god, this guy again? And I guess this is just one of the interesting games that happened. So looks like he'll be going first. He is using just a Darkrai Sableye deck. I believe he plays an Absol as well, the new Team Plasma one. So this is an interesting matchup. You can see I decided not to bench those Deoxys EX because they have a 2 retreat cost. That can be kind of a bummer. And maybe we can take advantage of Snorlax's block ability, which prevents the defending Pokemon from retreating. We could do that. We'll see. Now, I don't know what the best way is to approach this matchup. I think I probably would have been better off there playing the catcher to bring up Darkrai and then lasered that. And then I could have put down a Verbank. That way, excuse me, he just can't retreat, and then he can't junk hunt, so I can take full advantage of Snorlax's block. But I decided to just take out the Sableye instead. I do get the Verbank. I'm going to play a Team Plasma Ball, and I don't get any energy, and I don't want to bench anything, because then he could catcher and put my Snorlax to the bench, which then he can retreat because block is not activated anymore. But, I can't leave Snorlax up there forever because, it'll just get knocked out at some point. He plays a laser of his own. So, now I'm going to take some heavy poison damage, and now I really have to start making a move. I missed an energy attachment turn 1, which was really bad. This deck does play about 14 energy, which it's kind of surprising to miss an energy drop on the first turn, even after you play a supporter. But heck, it happens sometimes. And now here we are. So, looks like we both stay asleep. Go figure. Snorlax is asleep. And now I gotta figure out what the heck do I want to do from here. I don't really want to... I don't really know what to do. I don't have any energy in my discard pile. I bench a couple Deoxys here. And again, miss an energy drop. No, it's good that I got those 2 Deoxys EX into play, because that power connectability gives plus 10 damage to all of your Team Plasma Pokemon. Now that means Thundurus EX, instead of doing 30 with the Raiden Knuckle, I have 2 Deoxys, so now it'll do 50 instead. Kyurem, instead of doing 120 with that Blizzard Burn, now it does 140 instead. So once you can get 3 Deoxys EX into play, and then play a laser, you can Blizzard Burn EXs for 150 plus 30 for the Verbank and Poison. And with a non-EX Pokemon, you can knock out any EX in one hit. That's very powerful. Of course, it does take 3 energy to do that. But, I mean, the trade-off is that you only give up 1 prize. So, heck, that's pretty good in my book. But, again, I don't have any energy in play, and he started to Night Spear me with a Dark Claw on the Darkrai, so this is going to get ugly pretty quickly. This deck really does rely on getting quick starts. You run all basic Pokemon, obviously. You run a lot of stuff just to kind of rush your opponent out the gates. You do a lot of hard-hitting damage early on. You have cheap attacks that do a decent amount of damage, but then if you don't ever build up energy in play, you never get to use your other big attacks, like Kyurem's Blizzard Burn, Lugia, I have Lugia as well, to use Plasma Gale. Yeah, I mean, if you can't power those attacks up, what can you really do with this deck? I do have a couple of Colress machines, but where does this energy even go? I decided to just play him to get some energy in play since I play Scramble Switch. But it looks like nothing's really going well for me here. I put 1 Plasma on the Deoxys so that I can attach a Prism, and then use the Helix Force attack. It does 30 plus 30 for each energy attached to the defending Pokemon, so even though Darkrai is this psychic, you do hit it for 100 for just 2 energy. It's pretty nice. And with a laser, I can do 100 and then knock him out. So that's going to be the plan. At some point, I hit him for 50 with the Thundurus. Follow up with the Deoxys Helix Force for a knockout. But this is really bad. I mean, Darkrai with Dark Claw and Laser against your 170 hit point EXs, it's not a good formula. At least not from my side. It is for his side. Look, I only have 30 damage on that Thundurus, and now it just gets knocked out. That's kind of gross that you do 140 total damage and then 30 to a benched Pokemon as well. What are you supposed to do about that? And this is why this Plasma deck can kind of struggle unless you get a quick start to match Darkrai's damage output in the early parts of the game. Otherwise, you can just kind of get overrun. And as you can see, this is not going to be a pretty situation for me at all. What do I follow up with? Now, I could get that Deoxys with the Laser and the Prism. That's really the only option I have right here. I've used a couple Chorus Machines. I don't have much damage on his Pokemon. I'm going to be down 2 prizes here. He only has to take 3 more. That means 1 EX, which, I mean, that can be this Deoxys, which has 30 damage on it already. Another Laser and a Night Spear will be a knockout. Excuse me. The other thing is Snorlax already has 60 damage on it. That's just a Night Spear away from being knocked out. So, yeah, what the heck am I supposed to do here? Now, I have a decision between playing a Team Plasma Grunt to draw 4 or a Juniper to draw 7. The problem with the Juniper is I would have to discard my Scramble Switch, which I really don't want to do because I feel like that's going to give me the best option to really win and just to get like a surprise attack off. But I decided to just go for the Scramble Switch. I leave the Plasma Energy on the Deoxys. I figure there's so much stuff I need to draw. I just need a Juniper and hope for the best. Now I do get another Deoxys in play. But again, what the heck am I supposed to do here? He's doing too much damage. I don't have any energy in play really besides those couple Plasma Energy. And I'm going to have to Raiden Knuckle for 60. And I figure, alright, maybe my only hope at this point is to power up Lugia and then try to get those big EX knockouts. Get, you know, a 3 prize knockout. That's probably going to be my only way to win at this point. And my hand is abysmal. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I really don't have any options. And, you know, it's weird, but this has been happening to me a lot with this Plasma deck. I get a lot of clunky hands. Now, I'm sure I haven't built the deck optimally quite yet. I mean, it is a brand new deck. It's a brand new style of play. So it's going to take some time to work out a good list. So in the meantime, I mean, we're going to struggle. But it seems like whatever I'm doing right now is not exactly working all the time. I get some very, very clunky hands all the time. And it just doesn't seem like it works out. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the deck. Maybe there's just too much stuff trying to get crammed into one deck here. I'm not really sure. But whatever the case is, it's not working right now. That is for sure. So, we'll see. My opponent is just getting more energy in play. Playing a Bicycle, gets the Keldeo down. That will protect from any sort of laser nonsense. And at this point, I really don't have a game plan even. I mean, I believe 2 Plasma Energy were prized as well. So even going for Lugia, I don't think is going to work. Yeah, I really just don't have a plan at this point. It almost seems like I really can't do anything, especially with what's in my hand. I probably should have just used Raiden Knuckle onto a Kyurem, but I figured, you know, if I just power up Kyurem, what the heck, he's just going to knock out Thundurus, and then Kyurem gets knocked out, and then I lose. You know, he only has 3 prizes. So, really, no matter what I do, he's pretty much got an answer for it. And his turn is still going. He keeps playing Bicycles, drawing through his deck extremely quickly. It looks like instead of playing the hammers that a lot of versions would play, he opts to play 4 Bicycle, which really helps out consistency. I do like that. And there's another energy switch. So he has 2 clean Darkrai's fully powered against my board of Thundurus, which just took a hit for 110. Deoxys with 30 on it, and Snorlax with 60 on it. And my opponent only has to take 3 prizes. I still have to take 5. 2 Plasma Energy are in the prizes. This seems impossible. Just to be completely blunt, this is almost impossible to win from. I mean, what do I do? And alright, I guess, I mean, the thing to do would be to power up Deoxys and try to attack with that. But if I do that, I don't have any Plasma Energy left. I have 2 prized. So Helix Force will only do 10, since you only get the additional effect when, wow, I'm drawing a blank here. You only get the additional effect when you have a Plasma Energy. I'm sorry, this game is just kind of painful. I'm trying to figure out why I picked this game to do a video for. This has been really bad. I guess to show that Darkrai is still pretty good. I'm not really sure what else to say. He is... I mean, I did hit him for 60 with the Raiden Knuckle there. There is some damage spread out, so... Sorry, my throat is killing me today, too. This is not a good choice for a video, apparently. Anyway, there is damage spread out on Darkrai. So if I were able to get a Lugia powered up, which I don't see how that'll be possible, seeing as I've used my Scramble Switch already. And, alright, he's going to catcher up Snorlax. Looks like he's going to try to target that down. But yeah, if I could get Lugia powered up, I could easily knock out 2 Darkrai's and win the game in 2 turns with Plasma Gale, since that overflow ability allows you to draw an extra prize here. But, oh, wait a second. He catches up the Snorlax, but Keldeo is the active Pokemon. Now, he probably just wanted to get Snorlax out of the way. That way he could Night Spear the Thundurus for 30, and then it's pretty much an unpreventable loss for me. But he forgot about Block. That is Snorlax's ability, which prevents retreating. So even though that Keldeo has a free retreat cost, it's not going anywhere. And he says facepalm. So that Keldeo is just stuck there. And maybe we can get a chance to set up now. Maybe we'll have some way to come back. I'm not sure. No, I am just kind of sitting here. I really don't know what to do. If I do knock out this Keldeo... Well, you know, if I get enough time, if I power up Snorlax, and then I can Team Pact for a knockout, and then get a Plasma Energy out of the prizes, we can then catch up a Darkrai, Plasma Gale with Lugia for the win. That's got to be the plan of attack here. Now, of course, I have to hope for a lot of things to go my way at this point. If he's out of catchers, then this plan probably works, because then he can't move Snorlax anymore. He's stuck there with Block. He can't move my active and then retreat. If he's out of, I don't know, what else? Lasers? That would be one way to get Snorlax knocked out. I suppose he could power up Keldeo and then Secret Sword for 50. That would eventually knock me out. So it's just a matter of, do I have enough time to power up Snorlax and then Lugia to win this game? I was definitely going to lose this game. I mean, if he had just retreated to Darkrai and then played the catcher to bring out Snorlax, I would have gotten destroyed. I mean, he would have just taken all of his prizes in 2 turns. But now this is one of those things where stupid things happen in Pokemon games sometimes. Weird situations arise just due to, you know, certain mechanics on cards. Block is one of them. Not one you really think about too often, but little things like this can definitely come up in Pokemon games. And he's going to attach to the Keldeo now, realizing what dire straits he's in. Because if he can't move Snorlax, I think he realizes this is going to be over. So I'm going to switch out of the laser and then play my own laser. Try to poison the Keldeo to death. Going to retreat back into Snorlax to continue the block. Now my question is, where do I attach an energy here? If he has another Dark, he can just Secret Sword for the knockout. He has 9 energy in play. Most Darkrai decks play like 10 or 11 energy. So, I mean, I guess there's a chance he could have one prized. And then if that's the case, he cannot use Secret Sword. He's also used a lot of energy switches. He's used 4 lasers, 4 catchers now. So this Snorlax might actually just block its way to victory. I mean, Snorlax, he's a big lineman apparently. He's blocking for the rest of my Plasma guys out here. He's leading the way. And he's stopping Keldeo and Darkrai from attacking us. I don't know what else to say about this. This is one of the strangest situations I've ever seen in a game of Pokemon, where I was just completely dominated the entire time. And then my opponent made a little oops. And all of a sudden he went from like instantly, automatically 100% winning to losing, and he just decked out. Yeah, he just decked out. So this is probably a good example of don't take things for granted, and always look for every option before you just make a move. There's been plenty of times I've done it myself where you just kind of get ahead of yourself, and there you can see the block ability, definitely the MVP of this game. But yeah, you can get ahead of yourself and just you have a plan in your mind, and then you just execute it incorrectly. And that's exactly what happened here. I mean, he had the plan, I'm just going to Night Spear the Snorlax, and then hit the Thundurus for 30, and then can't do anything about that. But he catchered the Snorlax first without retreating the Keldeo, and then he's stuck. So if you do little things out of order like this, you can blow the game entirely. And he said, BRB, killing self. Don't do that, Thurman. Don't do that. But yeah, that is one of those facepalm moments for sure. And I guess this is why I chose this video to do. He's saying, should I let time run out? But yeah, he just... By all means, I should have lost this game. But again, pay attention to the little details in Pokemon. They can come back to haunt you if you don't. That is for sure. I don't know what else to say. I've never won before by my opponent catching up a Snorlax and then not being able to knock it out. Okay, and he decks out. So there we go. Snorlax. It says Thundurus is the MVP, but definitely it was Snorlax. I'm confused about what just transpired here. But I hope you guys enjoyed. That was definitely the most interesting game I played in a long time. The weirdest one for sure. But